Welcome, fellow fans and collectors, and the Transformers unboxing. Today we have Transformers Age of the Primes, the 13, Solus Prime. She's not the 13th, she's just Solus Prime. It says here at the bottom. There's her little symbol. We have the plastic back, awesome. Artwork of Solus right there. We have some primes here, looks like Solus. Alchemist. Micronus, there we go. Micronus. On the side there, we have some product shots here on the back. She, of course, comes with the Forge of Solus. I think that's what it's called. The hammer. Nice artwork there. Legal there. The 13, Solus Prime up top. Takara Tomy. And we already saw that. So let's get to cracking her open. Cracking the box open. As I do so, I invite you to hit that like button and subscribe. I come back with videos as often as I get figures. If you want to help the channel, think about donating, that'd be awesome. But the box is empty. Let's see what's actually in here. We have some instructions. We may need them later on. We have some garbage right here. And as you saw, Mr. Pointy fell apart. Let me quickly put that back together again. And we'll crack open these accessories in just a moment. I'm excited for this figure. There we go. I'm very excited about this figure. Because it is one of the 13 primes. Box is empty. It looks like pieces of the hammer. So here's the bottom piece. And we'll go into there. There's the... There we go. And it's assembled. Interesting they had it together. Oh, it has a little 5mm peg right there on the side. So we can peg it into her alt mode. But this is her special artifact. Her artifact, I believe that's what we want to call it. Each of the primes has one, like there's the lenses with Alchemist. There is the Matrix leadership with Prima. Then she has the Forge of Solus. So let's see here. This should be one of the... Hopefully we don't get a million reuses of this mold. I mean, it might be a good mold, so we maybe want some more uses of it. In fact, I think... Yeah, we won't. I won't think right there. Oh, it's like she has hair. That's weird. I don't like robots with hair. The back sculpting looks like she has hair. I don't like that. I mean, it's symmetrical, so maybe it's just a design of her helmet. That's a weird choice. The profile there. But her head sculpt and a lot of the choices for crests and whatnot are very reminiscent of Prime and previous primes that have come before. Nice detailing overall. Very interesting choices. Kind of expecting these to go like so. Prime's shoulder pads were kind of weird too. I guess that's how it sits. If she is a blacksmith, she does look to have strong arms, but they still made her feminine. Yeah, I don't like how those shoulder pads sit. I feel like they should be able to sit down lower. And I want to call it a skirt, but I have a feeling if she's a blacksmith, that's actually an apron. Ooh, that's pretty neat. I don't know why I find that interesting, but yeah, that'd be more of an apron because nothing's hanging off the back here, so it's not really a skirt. That's an apron. That's to protect her from hot metal. Her robot pits from hot metal. So yeah, it's an interesting take. She is one of the. I think she's the only female 13th Prime. Ooh, if I do that, it looks better. Even though in the artwork it shows it like that, but I like it better like that. And she wants to sit weird. Sorry, I'm messing with her because she's not sitting symmetrically. Okay, there we go. All right, that's as symmetric as we're gonna get. Yeah. Okay. So I've been talking about the detail. The color purple and gold, great combination. Very regal. Interesting choice though for a blacksmith. Her head is on a ball joint and will not spin all the way around because of that back molding the hair up down because of that not pegging in properly. Even that has, even underneath here, has some feminine detailing. I think it's interesting where they have to do extra detailing on female bots to make them look more feminine. She can T-pose. Full 360 there. She has a bicep elbow swivel down here. That is as far as her elbow will bend that way. Full straight. And she is on a ball joint for the hand, so we do have some movement there. On the wrist. We have no ab crunch. We do have the ab swivel. Leg wise, she can full, if we lift up the apron, full splits. Back wise, her kibble gets in the way right there. Oh look, kibble gives her a butt. I just realized that. But yeah, you can only go that far forward. Can do a full kick that way. We do have. Do we? We have a thigh swivel at that joint, which only allows you to do that. I thought we were gonna have a thigh swivel here, but no. That's just molding to make it look like it would bend that way. The knee, we can bend like so. She would be able to sit if we have a chair for her. The thigh is long enough to support that. We have a ankle swivel and a ankle rocker. Nothing to get pointy, nothing to point up or down. Ooh, that is popping out because that's a mushroom peg. I'm about to put that right back in. So we have some pretty good articulation, not 100% awesome articulation. Some imposed by armor choices, some by design choices. I don't know why they put that there. We'll find out with transformation. Things I really like about this. I mean, overall, in the package, she doesn't look that fantastic. It looks weird that they want to give her a skirt, but and that wasn't impressing me, but it's an apron. It is an apron. Any blacksmith you've seen is wearing an apron, so that is an apron. I like the wheels on the his heels. Like, she doesn't... That's one thing that drives me crazy. Why are you going to put a robot in heels? But I like the wheels at the back of her heels. And a little pointy feet. Things I like. The shapes give her muscular, that she isn't some just skinny. You know, she's feminine without being too ridiculously feminine. We do have obviously shape things that they've done here. But yeah, I'm judging the bot mode. And to get this, that's why they had to put it in so many parts. In order for her to hold it, you have to take it apart. Because she doesn't have the fancy opening and closing hands that some of the bots have now. This shoulder pad is just weird and big. All right, we're gonna pause there while I mess around and see if I can transform this. Okay, time for the transformation. I've removed the forge of Solus. Just so you don't have to deal with that. There are a lot of moving parts for this being a deluxe, which is impressive. Also, I want to point out that originally this here was angled like so and out that way, making that hollow. Well, it's actually supposed to be like this. There's some pegs here and here, and they're supposed to peg in there. That'll make that hollowness go away. Give that there, and also make that. Make that as you will. Let's get to the transformation. First off, let's open up the wrists and fold those inward. The hands. We're gonna leave them flopped down there for now. We're gonna lift up the apron, flip that over, and then we're gonna rotate this around, leaving this flat side there. Next, we're gonna mess with the feet. Now, here's my first warning. These, at least mine, is on a mushroom peg. Well, they're all on a mushroom peg. My mushroom peg is wanting to pop out, so you might want to tighten that up there. But we're just gonna take this, move the foot back up, and we're gonna move that back. That is all we're really gonna do right there. We're gonna move it outside, move the foot flat, move that back. The reason why we're gonna do that is because there's this neat little, and then, oh yeah, and we want to turn the wheels out to the sides. See right there, the mushroom peg comes out. You can pop it right back in pretty easily, but it is kind of frustrating. So the knees are actually on a double joint backwards, which is kind of interesting and cool. That's my first surprise. So we just fold it like so. There's pegs here, and there's going to be peg here on the inner, actually on the back of the back thigh, the flat part of the thigh. And that's why that part was so flat. And then we can pop those two parts in there together. Now that purple plastic does seem like it's soft. And not only that, it is prone, I'll show you a different part, but it is prone to stress. So we will get to that in just a moment. Now the next part is here. We want to untab what I had just shown you before. Now, I probably should have done this earlier. You can still do it at this point and pull that out. Probably should have done it before that was flipped around, untabbing that. Then we can pull that forward. I always flip the heads when I go to do this, but I think that's going to be a problem. Ooh. Yeah, should have done that before. Let's see if I can do that now. Nope. We will get... You're still going to be able to do it from that, but really you should have done that, or I should have done that earlier. The head just pops back into there. Like I said, you can force it. Alright, next, this here is a little tricky. This is kind of neat, but tricky. That's going to fold upward. And we're going to untab these side bits here. As you saw, that already popped back, that popped into place. That's not going to hurt anything right now. Rotate that. Bring the arm flush back. And we're going to rotate the shoulder pad up. And, oh look, that popped out. Yeah, a lot of things are easy to pop out of here for almost no reason whatsoever. So now we're going to rotate this back. So we're going to fold that up. See, there is inside there is yeah, it's hard to see. There's a joint, so we're going to bend that first joint, and then we're going to bend the second joint. And now we're going to want to manipulate that a little bit. This piece is supposed to sit back further. So it might take a few tries to get it around like so. And it does work better with that lifted up. Now we can bring this up, and we're going to do the other side. So we're going to unfold that, put that up. Think of this as the door, even though they don't need doors because they're on primitive Cybertron. Fold that up, fold that over. That's, hold on, that needs to be folded back all the way. And that popped off. It's not quite flush. You might have to do it a few times to get it working. Flip it over. There we go. Click into place now. Get that door upward. Now we're going to pull this down, pull the hood down. There is tabs there and there. That'll pop right into place. That'll hold that steady. Now we can get the rest into place. There's a tab here at the door, and this is where we're going to be careful here. And my first warning about the plastic. I already have some stress marks there. It's better to see it on this side, I think. There's a peg here that goes into the side of the thigh there. And then once that's lined up, we can just slide that over. I pop the other side out. All right. So that piece is going to go into that side thigh. And then we want to get the door And the door popped out. These are some things. It's neat, but it's slightly frustrating. This piece needs to go in there first, or else it's not going to line up. So that piece is tabbed in there. And I'm pushing upward because it has to go up and in. And that goes over that door piece. And as you can see, it is starting to have stress marks on it already. Right there. On that purple plastic. Maybe I don't have something pegged in properly, but I don't see what I don't have in properly because this side sits nice and flush while that side wants to pop off. The pegs are in here. Tab there. I know it's hard to see. Tab there, and that tab has to go over there, so that fits nice and snugly there. But this door has been giving me issues. There we go. Now everything, I can feel, well, that tabbed out. Okay. But yeah, I'm definitely getting stress marks there. That will break eventually if I keep messing with it too much. A little disappointed in that. This side doesn't seem that bad, but that side there, I am seeing stress marks. Yeah. So there it is in, ooh, there she is in alt mode. Interesting front view. Nice profile. I mean, it's a good looking truck, I guess. The Ford Solus can just tab right on here to the side. Like so. Or if you really want to, there is a tab here to push out that 5mm peg. And that'll tab on the top. There. Which doesn't make sense. There's kind of a weapon blocking the windshield. Kind of a tank of sorts. But the instructions showed us put it on the side. Alt mode. Interesting. At first I thought I wasn't going to like it. I do like the alt mode. I don't like the stress marks. And everything went to pop out. It's not the worst case I've ever had of that. No, something might not be sitting right here. Because it's not, that part is, this part's rolling fine, so this part is perfect. That part's sitting up higher than the others. Oh, that part isn't tabbed in right. It's an interesting look. I would not be surprised if we see an Alita 1 from this. Not surprised at all. If I recall in Search for Alpha Trion, Alita 1 was, ooh, there we go. Alita 1 was a, that's still sitting up high. Was a truck of some type, I think. She wasn't a car. I mean, her vehicle mode was barely seen. To be honest with you. And Firestar should have been in a truck of some type. So I would not doubt if we see this retooled a few times to be female Autobots in the future. Interesting looking truck. So let's transform her back and let's discuss ratings. Minus points for that, for sure. Soft plastic, not digging that. Alt mode, nothing to go by, so I have to give her a 5 for alt mode. And bot mode, nothing else to go by, so she's got a 5 in bot mode. I do like them both. Minus points for... See, now you can get the head out really easy. Because you have that space there to push that back. I'm impressed with the amount of pieces there are for her for being a deluxe. I do not like that. So it's really like a quality issue. I feel like they wanted to make her a Voyager and just didn't because she was too small. But there we go. We can see the joints in there a little bit better. And a lot of stuff just pops back on and off. That's a 3mm peg, I think. 3mm peg. But this purple plastic is very soft. So where were we? 5 for alt, 5 for vehicle. Transformation, is it intuitive? No. And a lot of pieces pop off. Is it interesting? It is interesting. It is different. It is kind of fun, but we have quality issues. And I'm gonna knock those off of price and transformation here. So transformation, I'll give it a 3. Because it's not bad, but pieces fly off. It would be a 4 if it wasn't for the pieces flying off. It is kind of fun, it is interesting. But those flying off pieces are just frustrating. How many pieces just pop off without much effort, much force. I really like her design overall. There we go. So she's going to get a 3 for transformation. Price point, $24.99. There's a lot of pieces here for $24.99. But I'm knocking off points for quality. So we're going to bring the price down to a 3 for quality issues. This might just be mine. But 2 3s, 2 5s, she's going to still be a 4. She's a good figure. If it wasn't for that soft plastic they used, it'd be great. It'd be a perfect 5, I think. But there's Solus. Oh yeah, let me show you this part before I really finish this up. So that there tab, that's so she can hold it on her backpack right there. So she doesn't have to have the weapon on her at all times. It'd probably make more sense to do it this way. There we go. So yeah. I mean, it's a neat figure. It really is. It's a neat figure. It's a pain to transform. Lots of pieces, lots of nice painting. But it's a 4. It is, and that is really because of quality. Quality are the big issues there. So if you want a Solus Prime, get her. It's the only one available. I like it. She's gonna be great to add to my primes. But at this point, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. If you are still watching, please hit the like button and subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. I do come back with videos as often as I get figures, or at least try to. And once more, and as always, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.